Hi everyone, welcome to the fourth episode of Reality Core. My name is Aliko Deborah JB, and with me here is Aliko Favor. Yeah. So we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic today, and the topic is peer pressure. So, in your own view, Favor, what do you think peer pressure is?
Okay, peer pressure is a kind of force that compels teenagers especially to conform to probably the habits, the behaviors of their friends, and it's in different forms actually. And looking at the physics world, we can see that the definition of pressure is it's a force exerted on a body. And in physics, when force is exerted on a body, it causes probably a change in position or a change in direction. So in the same vein, peer pressure is a force exerted on probably a particular person, and when that kind of force is being exerted, it makes the person to change, probably in behavior, the way the person dresses or the way the person behaves.
Exactly. I love that analogy of physics that you actually gave. Yes, the force and the effect. Okay, so peer pressure is not like it's just for a particular type of people. Peer pressure is inevitable. It happens to everyone. Yes, so it's not like there are some people it happens to and they are bad, and there are some people it doesn't happen to and those ones are good. No, everyone actually experiences peer pressure. What we're looking for here is how to manage it and how to make sure that it doesn't make you to make certain decisions that will be detrimental to your destiny. Exactly. So, examples of peer pressure: direct,
We have the direct and the indirect.
Yeah.
And talking about the direct, we can see that one is when it happens. Probably, let me give an example of a guy amongst his friends, and every one of them, they're using iPhone, they're doing this, they're doing that, and they're like, guy, what's up now? This is what everyone is doing. You should also do same. And because of the words of their mouth, it makes him to change probably his behavior too. And at that point in time, he can do anything to get what he wants.
Exactly. He can go out of his way to even hurt himself.
Yes, just to get what his friends have.
Yes, even stealing to get it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's direct. Okay, so the indirect type is you just being in a particular environment and you're observing people. You see what they do and like, I think I should do that too. So no one is actually talking to you here. It's you observing. It's the kind of that pressure. Like, you know, that moment you feel strange about yourself. That moment you feel hard about yourself. That's peer pressure working there. So that's indirect. It's not someone telling you now. It's you
You're
observing,
observing what's going on around.
Exactly. That is an example of peer pressure. Then, okay, so now what are the negative effects of peer pressure?
Okay, we have distraction from school. When you are having friends around you that are pressuring you to go in the wrong direction, at that time your mindset will be on getting what they want, and what they have. So at that period of time, you might not even think of the books you have to read. You just want to focus on, I want to get this because my friends have this. Exactly what happens.
Yeah, so another thing is sudden change in behavior towards others. Maybe there's some kind of friends you used to keep then that they were actually helpful, they were good, but because you feel you've leveled up now and you've kind of upgraded, yes, you now leave the good friends you had before. You kind of abandon them, you don't work with them anymore. And also it could even go worse to the extent of even distancing yourself from family members. Like, you now find more solace outside than people who have actually helped in building you in the past. So that's one negative effects of peer pressure. Then another effect now is risky behaviors like taking over alcohol,
Yes,
prostitution,
prostitution,
immorality,
smoking cigarettes.
yes, nudity, and some other kind of
Exactly.
bad vices that you just feel it's alright because everyone is doing it. So risky behaviors that could affect your health and could affect you academically, could affect you in your lifestyle in general. Yeah. So now, what are the areas in which peer pressure occurs?
Okay, it can occur in social life, your spiritual life, and that social life is like, for example, music, fashion, the kind of music you listen to, the kind of fashion stars you follow. It can change your mindset, and you want to be like them. You want to do what they do, sing the way they sing,
From
talk
what
the
you
way they
used to
talk.
know to a kind of crazy
Exactly,
thing. Yeah.
exactly. So you just want to be like them because you see them frequently, you listen to their songs and so on.
Yeah. You mentioned something about spiritual.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Okay, some people just feel like, because most people in my age brackets, they don't take God seriously, and yet they seem to excel in their academics
Exactly.
and stuff like that. So you just feel, since my friend is not taking God seriously,
Why should I?
why should I take God
Exactly,
seriously?
like
More so that friend is more performing
exactly,
better
like
than me.
they seem alright, emphasis on seem, like they seem alright, and they're not taking God seriously, they're not taking their creator seriously. So you think, why should I take God seriously too, since my mates are not doing it, that kind of thing. Okay, so another aspect peer pressure occurs is in academics. I don't know if we all can relate to it. Maybe when we were in our junior school, about to cross to our senior school, and then we have the departments, we have science, we have arts, we have commercial. Then because all my friends are going to science, then me too, I must go to science. Oh, my best friend is in art class and she's really good. I want to be like her. I want to go to art class because not because you really have any drive or any vibes, but just because
your friend is
going there. Yeah. And also maybe you just got out of university and all your friends are going for masters, they're going for higher degree. It's not like you really have any push or you have a particular reason you want to do it, but because that's what everyone is doing, is the kind of pressure everyone is doing it, so let me to do it. Even if job hunting may be the best for you at this point, because your friends are going into taking a higher degree immediately after university, you think that's the best part for you. So academically too, peer pressure occurs there. So now, what are the tips for overcoming peer pressure? This is where we are going now. The tips for overcoming peer pressure.
Okay, getting support from a trusted adult.
Okay.
It can also be on the road.
Getting support from a trusted adult, like talking to someone you feel is mature,
Yes, someone that can
counsel you, yes, and that can guide you on
what to do,
what not to do. It's not like monitoring now. It's just someone that can give you advice. Someone
that person has passed through that stage.
Exactly. So another thing is checking your circle of friends. There's this impulse we all feel. If you're in a place, for example, now, and they say, okay, who wants rice? For example, they want to have who wants rice. Because everyone says yes.
Yeah.
The tendency is there that you two want to say yes.
Yes.
The tendency is there that you two want to say yes because everyone is saying yes. So when you check your circle of friends and you kind of surround yourself with people who have real great values that matches with yours, they will help you in making certain decisions, because they won't do things that are detrimental. So that way they're helping you indirectly to also build yourself. But if it's the other way around, if you are with some kind of people that you don't even know what they do, can't vouch for their lives and all, by the time they are also saying yes to those wrong things, you find yourself saying yes to them. Yeah. So another thing is self-confidence. Yes.
You have to be confident in yourself. You have to have this kind of, you shouldn't have low self-esteem.
Exactly.
Because by the time you have friends around you, they are doing, even those things they are doing are wrong. Just because they are doing it and you don't want to do it, it's wrong. They have this kind of low self-esteem.
Exactly.
They feel like they are better than
Yes.
you. So you have to have this self-confidence.
Yeah,
that,
like
no,
having a good self-esteem such
Exactly.
that you know what you are doing, you know where you are going, and the decisions of others don't affect what you want to do. Exactly. So lastly, what I'll talk about is falling in love with positive peer pressure. We've been talking about peer pressure all the while, and we've been dwelling on the negative part, but do you know there are actually peer pressure that have positive effects? So fall in love with those positive peer pressures. For instance, you see someone that is really good in class and you kind of notice this person. Okay, what does this person do? It doesn't run to engage in risky behaviors. It takes his studies seriously. His reading is getting the A's. Is a straight A student. He makes distinctions, and you kind of study this person. What is this person doing that is having these results? Then you kind of imitate the good things. And you too, maybe you've been lazy in the past. That person's attitude, has kind of propelled you and encouraged you to be a better version of yourself. So now you find yourself reading too, you find yourself going for classes. Maybe you don't used to go for classes before. You start, this thing is actually working for this person. It's a kind of pressure. You've been pressured to do the right thing. So fall in love with positive peer pressure that can help you, develop your life in such a way that it's going to be awesome. Yes.
That example actually happened to me in secondary school.
Wow.
When you see someone reading, maybe at that time you were just flexing, you were enjoying yourself, and because you see this particular person, you'll be like, let me also carry my book. Even though you didn't have the mind to do it before.
Exactly.
But just because someone is doing it to you, let me also carry my book, so that they will think I'm also
exactly.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And maybe it could even be a skill sometimes. I'm not saying you should copy the skills other people are copying, but maybe you've just been idle all the while. You've been on holidays and you've been idle, and your friend is learning fashion designing. You too can look into yourself and say, okay, what do I want to learn at this point in time? Okay, is it graphics designing? Is it how to make cakes, or how to go into catering, or anything your hands can find to do? You see, because you've seen someone doing it and it has influenced you to now come into yourself and study yourself and find out what works for you. That is positive peer pressure. So make a deliberate effort to dwell more on positive peer pressure. That's what brings out the best in you. Yeah. So far so good. We've talked about a lot. We've talked about what peer pressure is.
Yes,
the examples. We talked about direct and indirect. Yes. The negative effects and the areas in which they occur. We said okay, they occur socially, spiritually, and in academics, and we've explained all that. And now we've also given you the steps on how to overcome peer pressure. Thank you very much for listening. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and fall in love with positive peer pressure. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Yes, I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a nice time actually discussing with you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye.